Welcome, my friends. Welcome to Big Red Leads. I am Big Red. Got a few questions for you today. I just want to see where everybody's at. Now, give you a quick little backstory on myself. As a young man in my 20s, I was a workaholic and a partyaholic. Now, work hard, play hard. I almost got that tattooed on my body. Don't do that. But for a 3 year period in my early 20s, I worked every single day. And I probably went out and partied 3, 4 days out of that week, every single week. Now, I made a lot of money as a young person. A lot of money. Here's the bad part: I have nothing to show for it. I had a rug that I got rid of about 5 years ago. I literally had it for almost 20 years. I think 16 years. So, that was the only thing of value as far as material things that I had from all that money I made. Now, the quote unquote lessons that I learned, I can't put a price on it. I cannot put a price on it. Like, it would probably be in the millions, just knowledge and understanding of business, relationships, contacts, connections, friendships, um, family. My family has expanded. Like, I'm a proud father. Now, in my early 20s, with my oldest child, this is the things that I regret because I did not have direction at that time. I was a great provider, but I was a bad father. Great provider, bad father. Now, why am I telling you guys this? Understand that I was able to turn that around, but it took some time. And I had a lot of demons and problems and blocks that I simply could not get over. Now, when I was 24 years old, I met my first coach. My very first coach, my very first mentor, the outside of family that I knew, and actual coaches, because I was an athlete as well. So outside of that, this man was a quote unquote life coach before I'd ever heard the term life coach. This is almost 20 years ago now to today. Um, this man changed my life. Now, he didn't do anything crazy, wild, and spectacular, but what he did do was he presented to me understanding, direction, and purpose. Now, I'm talking to you today about direction. Some people will almost put purpose and direction, you know, in the same box. Understand that they are different, but what I'm getting at for us today is, do you have direction in your life? Here's what happens to most adults. You get a good job, you start a family, and then you get into a situation with a job that someone else is designing your life for you. For whatever goals and aspirations that you had at that time, they get pushed to the wayside. And if you're lucky, you make enough money to survive, hopefully retire at some point. Hopefully you get to send your kids off to college, all that good stuff, right? Is that the life that you want? Is that the life that you want to design for yourself? What happens is your ability to change slowly gets chipped away. I talked about this on a previous video about your ambition, your drive, slowly is stripped away. Slowly, slow but sure. It's a slow death, that life. Now, I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with it. If you're happy with it, you like it, I love it. However, most people do not like their life. Why? Because they have not designed it. If you don't design it for yourself, someone else will, and you will hate it. Now, how do you get out of that? How do you change that? You have to take risks. You have to take chances. Understand that everything is a risk. Everything is a chance. Like, you have to take a chance on yourself. You have to believe in yourself and understand that, okay, I want more for my life. That means you need to increase your activity, work on yourself, educate yourself in whatever field you are in. Educate yourself on how to become a better person and a better individual so that you can treat others the way that you want to be treated. It doesn't do you any good to be successful and not pass on the knowledge that you learn from your level of success to another person. Each one teach one. Now, what I'm simply getting at is what this man did for me was a blessing. Not only did he not charge me, which he knows, he'll know, he'll see this. Not only did he not charge me, but I had several sessions with him. Yes, at first I was resisting because I was making good money and I didn't want to change my life. I had a really good job and I had a sales job. A little part-time sales job. But the people who I loved the most, the one responsibility outside of myself that I had was my son. And our relationship for a time suffered. I was a traveling salesman. So I was gone a lot. Yes, I got to see different places and travel and meet new people and all that. But the one thing that's tied to me was my child, and I missed out on a lot. Yes, I helped provide a lifestyle that, is giving him a life that he's okay now. And, we had to have a lot of conversations about, at one point, it brought so many tears to my eyes. He was 12 years old, and he came to me and he said, "Dad, I understand everything that you sacrificed." Now, for a child to say that to a parent, it's almost crippling. And what he was simply getting at is he knew what I was doing it for. Outside of my own needs, everything I did was for him. I went harder into the activities. I went harder into the work. I went harder into being a better salesperson. I went harder into providing a better service for my clients. Understand that that's not for everybody. Most people get caught up in a job. They get caught up in a mundane routine, and it's slowly all the opportunities for change at a younger age start to mold you into a hard shell that becomes, the older you get, the harder it is to crack that shell. It's harder for you to be vulnerable in spaces with people. It's harder for you to open up about what you're emotionally and mentally going through. It affects relationships. Then you go from surviving to thriving. You start thriving when you have a direction, when you have a target. When you have a target of something to actually hit, it changes the landscape of everything you're seeing. Like, your vision changes. You go from wearing aquariums on your face as far as glasses to having 20/20 vision. It changes everything. If you have direction, you're blessed. If you do not, there are resources out here. There are people that you can get in contact with. I know several coaches who are in this field who are masters at doing inner work, simply to provide a better way of life for yourself. I hope this message helps. Like, share, definitely subscribe. Big Red Leads. Make that change today. If you have direction in your life, it opens up everything. If you do the inner work, it opens it broader. If you educate yourself, you can go any direction you want. Those are just a few of the keys. Very simple. Quit lying to yourself. Quit lying to others. Be honest with yourself. Have the conversation with yourself. Do you want change? Do you want more? Find a direction to go in. And go full tilt boogie. Love you all. Talk soon. This is Big Red Leads.